This morning we're going to talk on the relationship segment, building trust in your relationship, building total trust in your relationships. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship that you have, trust is always the foundation of every relationship. So this morning I've been joined by Mrs. Marie-Rose Sackey, who is an entrepreneur and a counselor. She's going to help us to delve into this subject. Good morning, Marie-Rose. How are you?
Good morning, David.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you.
All right, so trust, total trust in a relationship. How do we do it?
Yeah. Like you said, trust is very important. It's a bed or a foundation for every relationship. If you don't have trust, you can't get along with somebody. If I don't trust you, how can I walk with you or relate to you, you know? So it's very, very important. It's not only for romantic relationships, but for even colleagues at work and, people that we deal with every day, that you have no choice, that you have to deal with them and come up with certain things. You definitely need trust to work with them. Yeah. So in that case, you need to understand or appreciate what it means to get that trust. It doesn't come automatic. It's not an automatic thing. You build it, you work on it. So basically, what is trust? Having trust is like, in somebody, is like finding a person reliability, or confiding in somebody, being able to confide in somebody without fear, or feeling secure or feeling safe with somebody. That is trust. I trust you. You can liken trust to, we always talk about trust and babies. You know how babies, they just trust. They just trust. Even if somebody's going to kill the child will still smile along and go. Yeah. Yes, without really thinking of anything. Yeah. And that is what we call the total trust. Yeah. So you're having that childlike trust in your relationship with people. But it doesn't come automatic, because when we grow up, we would have gone through so much processes that people's life are no more the baby or like the child's life without questions. So there are questions in our lives. And for that matter, for us to clear the questions that we have in our lives with people we choose to walk along with, or people we choose to be in a romantic relationship with, we need to understand certain things that we have to do to build that trust. And what is some of the things? There are so many things you can do, but I can talk about a few. Okay. The one I find most important to me, I think you should be very honest. If you want to build a trust in any relationship, you need honesty and openness. If you're not honest, you say this and you don't do it. If I want information from you, you're unable to give me the information. You always beat about the bush and try to hide. You have to be honest with me. Being honest is not only being honest about good things. There's some people, they only talk about when things are good. But when things are bad, they don't talk about it. They keep it to themselves. But that doesn't bring honesty, because if you're in a relationship and you are there with your wife, or you are there with your fiancé, whatever, and the person wants to know, okay, what are you going to do? I'm going to this place, or blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do? You can't tell exactly what you are going to do to the person. It's not honesty. It's not, some people use that like privacy, I'm entitled to my space and all that. But how private should you be in your relationship? Because if that,
it's an important question.
If you are being private and it's costing you the trust in your relationship, then you have to reconsider that privacy. And of course, I think that for us to be able to be honest with our partners or with the people we deal with closely, you should first of all think about the fact that you come from different backgrounds. The person, is not God to be able to read your mind. You only have to tell for the person to know. You only have to act it for the person to know. So if you don't tell the person, you leave the person in limbo. And when you leave the person in limbo, the person is forced to create or imagine and imagination can go wild. Imagine anything. So you find you make the person do unnecessary calculations and juxtapositions and connecting. Yes, which might become a very big mess for you. So just be straightforward. Tell the person what it is that you're going to do. Be as open as you can with your partner. As open as you can with your partner. Let your partner understand you and know you very well.
Okay, before you move on from honesty, there's this argument that people make and say that, well, I mean, if you don't know it, it won't hurt you. So they choose to hide certain things and say, I didn't lie, I just didn't tell.
Yeah. That's exactly another point that I was going to talk about in honesty. Sometimes we have 3 types of lies that people give. Some people are just pathological lies. They are born with it. They have done it from their childhood. Now it's part of their fabric. Even things they don't need to lie about, they lie.
They are lying about it.
They always lie. You know, that becomes a disorder.
Yeah.
That's a disorder. That's a problem. Other people also lie to avoid trouble. You know, like I said the last time, other people lie to avoid trouble. So they would say that, let me lie so that this person won't give me wahala, in quotes, give me trouble. You know, so they will lie about certain things. Call somebody for the person to come and do something in the house, and then they ask you forgot. They ask you, did you call the person? You know you forgot. You have to say, hey, I forgot. oh, yes, I've called the person. In your mind, you know that as soon as she goes, I'll call the person. And then something else catches your attention, and you forget again. Then you forget when it's time for the person to come and the person is not there. Then you find yourself that you have lied for no good reason, and the trouble will catch up with you.
So I find it interesting because I sort of learned to just tell people straight up, I forgot. I think. And I realized that it doesn't take anything away from the situation. I forgot. I'll do it. I forgot.
That's right. So that's a very good way to address that problem. Why do you have to lie? There's somebody that you love. You know, you are in a relationship with, you're going to live for the rest of your life. I mean, if you are married, if you are intending to marry, you have plans for the future. So why are you going to continue to lie like that? Let the person know your weakness. That sometimes I am also a human being. I forget. I forgot. I will do it. I'm going to do it now. Or remind me. Don't pretend as if you are perfect and you can do it all. You know, so you forgot. Just tell it. Then we have the third category of liars who lie to protect. You know, they think that, I'm going to do this bad thing. Or we have a financial issue at stake. When I tell my wife, you know, you hear some men say that, hey, this thing, when I tell my wife, she will die. Hey, when I tell my wife, she will kill me. Or when I tell my wife, this thing will happen. So because of that, they won't tell her to protect her, her emotions or whatever. But maybe in the long run, you would hurt her more. That if you had taken time to explain it to your wife.
Break it down, explain it. By so doing, telling.
Yes. There are people, there's some people, they have problems. Many times when we are talking about trust, we think about infidelity and all that kind of thing. But there are people, they are not doing any other thing in terms of adultery, but maybe they are involved in drugs. They need help. Their partners do not have an inkling about the fact that this is what they do. It's eating them up. And they will hide it and hide it and hide it until it's too late. Then it becomes a misery for the whole family or for everybody associated with you. You know, instead of calling for help, you don't tell. That's the reason why many times they'll say that when you are in a relationship, when you start a relationship, you decide to work with somebody and you have a future together, tell them about your past. You don't have to be afraid, which brings me to the other point of vulnerability. Learn to be vulnerable with your partner by telling the truth. Let them know who you are. Being vulnerable is your willingness to open up for a potential risk because, hey, I'm going to tell this person about my past.
It could go wrong.
It could go wrong. But it does not matter. If you really love the person, just tell the person in a nice way that the person will understand and appreciate you and accept you for who you are. especially when you know that you have changed and you are going to do better. You tell the person so that you be helped.
Right.
But if you don't tell the person and you hide your weakness, you hide your vulnerabilities, you only hurt yourself in the long run, because nothing that you hide will stay hidden for a long time. It forever.
True.
It will in the long run come out. Somebody will let it out, and then like in our local adage, they say that at that point and that means that the day that the frog will die, that's when you see how long the frog is. Usually we see the frog crouched up together, but it really has long limbs. So when it dies, then it stretches out. So when you have an issue, that's when you realize that all your troubles will be showing. So learn to be vulnerable by telling the truth. Don't be protective. In your mind, you think that you are protecting the person. You've gone for a loan. You didn't discuss with your wife. And then the loan is too big. You couldn't pay. Something has gone wrong. And then more adds to it. Before you realize, you're going to do is a big deal at the office. It goes wrong. And then now, day after, you have to go to jail. All the family suffers. Everybody related to you suffers. Instead of telling the truth, maybe if you tell the person, your partner, about it, the person could give you some advice, could help you in one way or the other. But then in your own mind, you believe that you are so wise and you can, this one I can handle, don't worry, I can handle it. You don't have money to pay school fees, especially the men. They always try to, boss it around. Macho. You don't have money to pay school fees. You are hot. Discuss it earlier with your wife so that you see how you can go about it, how you can help each other to be able to solve that problem, instead of going out there and risking something which will blow up in your face in the long run. And one thing we should remember is that trust can be easily broken. It doesn't take much time to break your trust and to lose get somebody to lose confidence in you. But it is very difficult to build. Building trust is not easy. Yes, it is not easy. If you have it already, please protect it and let it grow. One of the other things that we can do to build our trust is to say what you mean and mean what you say. I quite remember those days. My late pastor used to say that a lot to the young men who proposed to women that they are interested in them. The next time they go and marry another woman. And he said, when I said that, I didn't mean that. I said that, I meant I wanted us to be close. I wanted us to be friends. Mean what you say. Say exactly what you mean. Don't break people's hearts, especially those in fiancés, in courtship or in relationships, waiting to get on to marriage. A lot of guys, I'm sorry today is like I'm more on a lot of guys than the men, but a lot of the men do that. They might have so many women and they make you feel that you are secure. But all the things they tell you, they don't mean it. And they will whip up your confidence in them.
Why do you think that's the case, though?
Why do I think that's the case?
It happens like that. What is it that's creating those kind of situations?
I think basically men are just adventurous. They are adventurous. I won't say that they do that because it's part of their nature, but some people are just adventurous and they want to see how smart they are, or sometimes influence from friends and all that, or this honesty matter that comes in. You are working with a person, then you see something in the person that you don't like. Instead of being honest to tell the person, you just keep it under wraps, like the protective line around the person, and then you start looking out for somebody else and wait last minute and break the heart of the person. And that thing doesn't take too many things. It could be just one act that can, bring the person's confidence down in you, and then he'll start looking out. You might pass a comment, or maybe he takes you to his family and you react in a certain way, or he sees you do something and immediately he tells you. One time a guy was telling me about his relationship, that because of the way he saw the lady relating to her parents, he knew that, no, this is not the material for me. And he didn't tell her. They because he thought that even if she can do that to her parents, then his parents...
What about his own?
So he started looking around for it. And I said, no, I don't think that was good enough. So before the person realizes, the person is collapsing. Those things are not good. Say what you mean. If I love you, I love you. I love you. This week I was quoting this Marilyn Monroe. You know, she's a musician. Yeah. She says something that, if you don't love me in my worst, then you definitely don't deserve me in my best. Okay. So once you decide to be in a relationship with somebody, you know that the person has vulnerabilities, the person has some weaknesses. You have to be able to love them when they make mistakes. And love them when they are their best. We don't love people only when they are their best. We love people even when they are making mistakes. You mean it, that I love you with all that comes with you. Yeah. Love me, love my dog. Love me as I am. Yeah. So you say what you mean, that this is what I'm going to do. I want to live with you forever. I want to be faithful to you. But of course, we shouldn't forget the fact that we have people who are just cheaters. You know, and in talking about trust, we can talk about trust, building trust right from the beginning of a relationship, and rebuilding trust in a broken relationship, or in a relationship that's been afflicted with cheating. You know. Yeah. So in that case, what do? You've trusted this person. The person has broken your trust. Yeah. Does it end there? I don't think so. It can be rebuilt. But this time around, you put in a lot of effort, you know, a lot of effort. You have to learn to forgive. The person who has made a mistake should learn to be self-aware of his or her weaknesses and be willing to work on it to bring a change, you know, and be open, share your thoughts with your partner so that you can work it out together, risk it together, and build that trust to the point where you can you can come to that level where you are confident that, hey, I know my man, I know my woman, I know she wouldn't do this, you know, because when you build a trust to a certain level, you realize that it becomes like what we call the meeting of the minds. Okay. The meeting of the minds. You know how some couples' minds are meeting so well that they complete each other's sentences.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you're open to yourself and honest with, and talk a lot about everything, your dreams and your whatever that is happening, you end up becoming like that. Okay. You think about almost the same things, you know, but it's not automatic. It doesn't come in a day.
Thank you.
It is cultivated over a period of time. We should also remember to respect.
Respect.
If you want to.
Honesty.
Yes.
Respect. And then
vulnerability. Yes. You have to learn to respect. Okay. If you want somebody to trust you, or if you want to be trusted, learn not to put the person down. Okay. Don't let the person feel like nothing. You know, learn to respect them. Let them appreciate the fact that you love them for who they are. Right. Talk to them in a respectful manner, and let them, you know, have that confidence that in you.
Respect them.
Yes, but last but not the least, what I would also add to is the fact that, like I said, trust of a child. If we want a child to learn anything, most children, you know, when you are bringing up a child, you tell the child, you affirm the child. So you want to build trust in the person.
Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.